So, in the studio, we have Westlife. Welcome along, guys. And also John Newman and band. Hello, John, Baba, Rue, Tor, Jackson and Carlos. Welcome. What are you laughing at?
That when your researcher came into the room before, they were like, do you know pronounce his name Baba? And everyone was like, yeah, that's it, yeah.
But there we go.
It's actually pronounced Bubba.
Oh, Bubba.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Well, welcome to the show, all of you. So lovely to see Westlife. I mean, this is like going back in time. I used to interview you.
We haven't aged.
You have not. I would see you more than my own family back in the day. I mean, it's crazy, and here we all are again.
And we're just discussing that. Diggit. How long ago was when you hosted Diggit when we were young pups?
20 years ago.
It's our first year, yeah. That was the first year. That was early.
That was
start.
a great TV show.
That was
You should
earlier
bring
than
that
this
back.
start.
Great show.
I think it started at about 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It did. It was a horrific.
Makeup was at 3:30.
Lovely.
Makeup, we didn't.
No,
And did we used to do? I think I interviewed you whilst go-karting once. There's all sorts of stupid stuff we used to do, but this is just a very grown-up affair. All sat down having a civilised chat. How is it being back together, making music, getting back on the road soon? How does that feel?
It actually feels brilliant. I think like we had 7 years away from it all, so went back, lived normal lives, just kind of like families, kids, all of that type of stuff, driving the kids to school in the morning, which was amazing. And to be honest, we all really loved that. But I think coming back to this, it's quite exciting second time around, because we have a lot more appreciation for it, I think, this time around, because we kind of stepped away from it, come back to it, and you're like, wow, like this is all happening again so fast. The tour is sold out pretty much, apart from a few different cities, and second single out today. It's just you see it flying up the charts on the iTunes things, and you're like, wow, how's this all happening so fast? It's just pretty kind of daunting, to be honest.
It's so lovely. And that second single, Better Man, also written by Ed Sheeran, like your first track, Hello My Love. How did that come about that you started working with Ed?
That was the one, actually, funnily enough, that Ed wrote first with Steve Mac for Westlife. And as Kim was saying there, we had 7, nearly 8 years off, and we lived normal lives, and we did different things. And I think we needed that break after 14 years together, just to kind of recharge our batteries and want to do it again. But coming towards our 20th anniversary, which is this year, I think we all knew we would have a conversation about doing a tour or an album again. And then when we met up probably about a year ago, maybe 10 months ago now, that's when the news filtered through that Ed, obviously Ed, what was he, 26, 27? When he was a kid, when we were on Diggit, he must have been watching Diggit.
He was loving Diggit. He was all over it.
He was biggest fan.
He was a caller on the phone.
Yeah, my name is Ed.
So obviously in that time, Ed becomes the biggest star in the world, and he gets in with the biggest producer in the world, Steve Mac, who wrote Fly Me the Wings, World of Rome for us through the years. And Ed went in with Steve and said, I'd love to write a Westlife song. And Steve was like, well, yeah, we can do it. Westlife are obviously disbanded, but they did Better Man, and then they wanted to get it to us, and then and that's how the magic happened. It was kind of weird how it all kind of came aligned together, But
so brilliant.
Yeah, it was
how
cool.
wonderful.
Really cool.
And it's such a great song as well.
It was the song that got us back together, really, because for us the challenge coming back was like obviously finding the right song to come back with after so long. It's a bit of a statement, and we just went in. It was literally the first song we heard, and we were like, right, okay, let's get the record.
It's on.
We're back together. Let's do it.
We're ready.
It's all about the music, and this isn't just like you're getting back for a reunion, a one-off thing. You're back for good now. This is it, as another wise man said.
Different
Barrel back. Sorry about that.
It's the only way we would have got back together is to do it properly and not just kind of come in and it's not like a cash-in thing or anything like that. We just actually really wanted to wait until.
Don't say that too loudly, Nicky.
Maybe not that either. But yeah, so we kind of want to do it properly, and we don't know when it's all going to end. We're just in it for the long run. And,
good.
We're just very excited, actually. We feel fresher and younger than ever, even though we're not.
Good stuff. Well, that's the right attitude to have. Let's play that very song now. This is Westlife, Better Man. Oh, yes, Westlife.
And Fearne, thank you so much for downloading it.
Of course.
Number 4 on iTunes right now.
Is it? Wow, that must be a good feeling.
That's everybody in the studio just downloading it.
John Newman,
4
thank
places.
you.
John, thanks.
John, yeah.
Thanks, man.
I've got to come through, don't worry about that.
Damn the old your song if you damn it.
Now, you mentioned you got your tour coming up to celebrate the 20 years, the 20 tour. Are the stools coming back out for this tour?
Well, I wouldn't say we'll necessarily have stools, but definitely all the old songs. This is definitely a celebration of everything that we've done in the past. Plus, obviously, Hello My Love, our first single, and Better Man will be in there now as well. We might even have a third single out,
nice,
kind of towards the middle of summer. So we'll probably perform that as well. But yeah, you know, I mean, we're really excited about it. We've really pulled all the plugs out on this tour because we got a Vegas show producer in, everything. It's like it's full on. It's a pretty incredible looking show from our perspective. We're pretty excited about it. So and we've got a few more dates that we just added, another Manchester and Cardiff and Birmingham there a few weeks ago. So still a few tickets left for that.
Always plugging it. I love it.
Always.
You know, 7 years hasn't changed you.
Make sure you plug it.
Winning the jungle hasn't changed you.
King right here.
And now that you've all got families, how does that sort of change things? Does that make it harder to go away and tour? How do you do it?
It's kind of, yeah, I suppose it is, you know, but we're over and back a lot, you know. We don't go away for too long, try and get back every week if we can, or it's over and back to London. It's pretty easy, you know, but obviously having kids and stuff in school is different, but you know, it's nice to get back and then take it, like next week we have a week off, and then we go flat out then for a week or two, so we try and mix it up as best we can, and bring the kids on tour obviously as well at weekends. They're in school and stuff, so lots of flights over and back.
We definitely, I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but we definitely come to work for a break when you've got 3 children.
100%. What?
You get to sleep in.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Fearne?
Would you like to cover Zoe for 2 weeks? Yeah, I'm there. I'll be there. People making me cups of tea, etc. And do they like the music? What do they have a sort of an opinion? They're quite honest,
My little
aren't they?
fella loves it. My 7-year-old
Yeah.
is the only one. I mean, my 4-year-old, he's not 4 yet, but he came to see us perform at a TV show in Ireland, and it was the first time he ever saw us perform. And he was just mesmerised by the whole thing. He was just, and as soon as I came off stage, he just ran at me, "Daddy!" and just jumped in my arms, like, you know.
Heartbreaking.
And then my 7-year-old Koa, he's just obsessed with just the whole thing that it's all happening, and music in general. So, you know, I mean, I'm like, right, buddy, you have to learn the songs now before we go out and tour so you can sing along. So he's got.
The kids nowadays as well, they're all
Yeah.
obsessed with YouTubers and, you know, and that type of stuff going up. So I think, you know, my lads are 11, nearly 12, and they have a little girl who's 5, and she's like that. She's mesmerised. But the boys are a little like, "No, Dad, don't go embarrassing me now when you go on TV and stuff, right?" I've got football
be cool.
teammates
There
to
you
worry
go.
about.
Like, be cool, yeah.
Even
exactly.
more pressure. Oh, look, we're going to chat some more in a moment, but just so you don't feel left out, Westlife, Chris in Liverpool, it's like they've never been away. Decent tune, boys. I can see that being performed live already.
There you go.
Thank you.
Loving
See you in
it.
Liverpool.
And everything.
John, when I saw you this morning, it feels like about 8 years ago now, at 6 a.m. when you were rehearsing, you were saying you were quite nervous this morning because Westlife was
I
the
still
first...
feel it now. I've got
Still
little
feel it?
jitters in my legs.
First album you ever bought was a Westlife album.
This is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being a little kid and I was like, I want to sing, I want to sing. And when I was a young kid, my dad, like, you know, he did one. And I was like, for about a year I got along with him. And then I was like, do you know what, I'm going to sing at his birthday. And then I bought a Westlife record to learn how to sing. Obviously, I haven't still learned how to sing, but, but not on that level. But yeah, like, it is pretty nerve-wracking, that. Like, because, I don't know, you kind of, like you guys were saying, you've been away, and then, like, as I've, like you were saying about Ed, he's coming as an artist in that time, and I've done that with you kind of being an early inspiration, and it's just so bizarre then to like meet down
Let's
the road.
hook it out. Let's hook it out.
Oh, come on.
Have a group hug. What a lovely moment.
It smells amazing as well.
Nikki's smelling like a fresh meadow in the studio
Hey.
this morning.
Bluebell Meadow.
Smell like a new car. I love it.
Oh dear. John, we're going to get more live music
Write us a
from
song
you.
then, please.
Did you download the song?
Which song, John? Which song was your favourite when you were younger? Which song was?
Flying Without Wings.
Oh man,
A
such
classic,
tune.
of course, standard.
Before we move on, Richard, do you do like life facts? I'd just love to go out on a night out and just, I feel like you'd fill me full of many great life facts it's great.
You've
It was
got
so
pop facts,
animated.
haven't
It
you?
was
Lots of-
amazing.
Lots of pop facts.
Pop facts. Yeah, he can tell you any sort of 90s pop band and where they charted, basically, can't
That's
you?
amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us something about us, man.
Well, I remember. Do you remember your massive chart battle with the Spice Girls?
Yes. Oh,
Their
yeah.
third album. I mean, that was so tense. They should make a film about that because you got the number 1 and they got the number 2.
the boys
They still haven't
versus the girls.
forgiven us for that, you know.
Yeah.
Every time we see them, they kind of still have a bit of hurt in their.
I was a
their
massive
bones.
Spice Girls fan back in the day.
So you bought their album over ours?
But I have said, and Fearne can vouch for this,
Yeah.
you've kind of healed my wound with Hello My Love because that is the song of the year so
Song of the
far.
year, for
Song
sure.
of the year.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice,
So
right?
although you broke my little Spice heart, oh, and yours too.
Oh, awkward.
married as well. Which is
Yay,
amazing.
congrats.
Thank
I
you
was
very
going to
much.
say congrats, but I was like, oh, what if I got it wrong? What if he didn't get married? I'm pretty sure I've seen it somewhere on social media.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
And a honeymoon, a nice honeymoon break.
Yeah, that was lovely. It was a bit like being in Black Mirror, but it was all right.
Why is that?
Maldives, innit? Doesn't it feel a bit like
I went
that?
to the Maldives.
I just got
for the
engaged
honeymoon
Does
in
it
the
feel a
Maldives.
bit like Black
Did
Mirror?
you?
Yes.
Oh,
It's just-
congratulations to you as well.
It's unbelievable.
We were like, oh, we just want to go down to the shop, and then they were like, oh, we have a boutique. I was like, what's a boot? I don't want like leather straps.
There's
put around
nothing
my
on
hand.
it. Yeah, there's nothing on the
Have
island.
you got any hula
literally.
hoops?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Have you got any little pasties or all?
Probably not.
Go all the way to the Maldives.
But it was amazing. But the best thing, if I've got time,
Go on.
you can cut me off if you want. But so we basically we had a butler. I know, Shava.
Wow.
And basically, Shava. And so I started writing out this film idea of this being like Black Mirror, and I was like, the butlers are hypnotising us and they're like trying to take all our money and then kill us off and everything. So I wrote it down, and then we went back after dinner one night, right? There's roses all over the bath. It was like beautiful and amazing, but it was the butler that did it. And then when I looked at the piece of paper that said this, it was open, so the butler had read that he was trying to kill us and stuff like that. And he was like, this
And then
John
he was
Newman guy is mental.
Oh my! And was he in the bath?
Yeah, he was in the bath.
With all the rose petals. Oh, lovely. You are listening to Radio 2 and Westlife are here. They've got their new single, Better Man, out now, and the 20 tour, which celebrates their 20th anniversary, begins in Belfast on the 25th of May. We shall chat more. What? 22nd? That's wrong on my fact file. The 22nd. Good. Lovely stuff. The 22nd of May. And also,
We're all singing along.
Tune. Such a good song.
That's a
that.
great song.
Oh, John, thank you. Chloe and
Marriage
Essex
suits you.
texted. Chloe's Westlife, I have read that you are making a documentary at the moment about you getting back together.
read
Fact
that
or
as well.
fiction?
That's actually fiction.
Is it?
That's
But we
fiction.
did film stuff, but I don't think we're going to do a documentary. I don't know why we filmed it though.
Well, it's like the story was kind of half true because we have been filming stuff,
Right.
but we haven't actually engaged in any proper conversation. So if Netflix is listening, no, I'm joking.
Do it.
It's kind of tough though because if you do something like that, you just have to give them everything, and it's kind of a big decision to let people in that much or whatever. And I don't know. It's like
I don't know
sort
if-
of like
yeah, I don't know if we
you
need
don't know
to do
whether
it
it's
or
the
want
right
to
thing
do
to
it.
do or not.
Yeah.
What
And
do
you
you
seem
think, Fearne?
busy
Do you think
enough.
we should do it?
I mean, I love watching music documentaries more than anything. I find it fascinating. And also to sort of see a band on tour and what happens behind the scenes. For
Yeah, I
people
think
that don't tour, that's
yeah.
interesting.
I think that's more like, as a band, I think the fans would love to see that. It's more interesting than kind of how we got back together and all that story, whatever. Like, that's, we can kind of tell you that in 5 minutes. Whereas being on tour on the road, seeing how it actually what happens, that's
Just
more
thought
interesting.
we'd
I
think
agree with that. I love
games
watching
and
stuff like that.
The problem is the
Which is
documentary
amazing.
makers don't want that.
Right.
You know, they want
the drama.
They want the
Fights.
nasty.
Yeah, and there aren't any fights. You
No,
guys
we
are
never
great
fight.
mates,
Not
aren't
this
you?
morning so far because
That's
it's only
good.
20 to 9. But
There's still time. The morning is young. Westlife, you have got an album on the way.
Yeah.
it's called Bouncy Castle.
On the hill.
It's going to be the biggest in Europe.
So we hope. What can you tell us about the album? How's the process been? What's the sort of themes that you're talking about?
We're pretty good. We've probably got about 9 songs now. Fully finished, kind of finished, and the body of work is there, and we're really excited about it. You know, I mean, it just kind of feels like probably one of the best albums we've ever made. You know, I mean, I know every album feels like that when you're making it, but the quality of songs that we seem to kind of get our hands on is just incredible. And you know, we've lots of like current songwriters working for us. Obviously, we have Ed Sheeran and James Bay has written a few songs for us as well.
Nice.
You know, and we're just working with like some really kind of like cool kind of people that are current, but they all seem to want to kind of write Westlife style songs for us. But
And Steve Mack as well.
and obviously Steve Mack is he's exec producing the whole album for us. So we just feel really lucky to kind of
What's
like
lovely
have
about
all
it as
this.
well is it would have been easy for us, Fearne, to come back, like you said earlier, and do like a nostalgia tour that, you know, would have been nice for everybody. But I suppose because through the passing of time, the likes of John there, and obviously as we mentioned earlier on, Ed, it's nearly lovely to get back into the studio now, more than when we were kids, to go, right, actually let's do this again. Where do we fit in the current world? We didn't just want to come back and sing World Around and Fly with the Wings, which are amazing and we will do, but it's like, can we actually be current again? You look at Take That a few years ago when they came back with Patience and Rule the World and Greatest Day, and we're sitting back going, you know, there's an opportunity there. but can we actually do it, right and be current again? So that's when the likes of Ed, when we heard he was interested, and he's a fan, and he's I mean, we're the biggest fans of him. He's the biggest star in the world, and obviously Steve Mac. It's just like a match made in heaven. So it's been a lovely process, to be honest with you. So looking forward to everybody hearing it.
Do you know when it's going to be out yet? Oh, go on, John.
My brother's written on your new album as well.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
He's going to be sat there rubbing his hands right now.
Has he downloaded the single?
Wow, so how many songs has he written? Do you know?
I don't actually know. He just slipped it into a conversation just casually, and I was like, what?
I actually said that to Shane outside. I'm pretty sure that your brother is on a song somewhere.
But you said current and cool, so I don't know whether he's made the cut. I don't know.
I don't know if that one made it. No, imagine.
What's your brother's name, John? Let's give him a proper shout out this
James
morning.
Newman.
James Newman. There he is.
What song is it?
Very exciting.
No name of the song, no?
No. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Memorable song.
I think it was with Jamie.
Has the album got a name yet and a release date? Are we still working on that?
I don't know if
It hasn't got
a work in progress. Working title.
It has a name, but we're not going to tell you today.
Okay.
Is that kind of it?
That's kind of it.
Can we say it? No.
110% sure
fine.
that it's definitely the name.
Why don't we share the working title?
No, don't do
Why?
that. Because if we
This is
decide to
called-
use
I
it,
know we're like a
share the
we're
working
making
title.
decisions
Share the
Nicky loves
in the
that.
room.
It's just. I mean, we'd tell you if it was definite, but it just isn't.
I feel like I really want to say it. I get in
So
trouble.
tempting.
I get in trouble. But it is coming in the autumn. It's coming.
Don't say it. We might change it. We haven't agreed solidly on it.
Always trying to get that
Shane's
exclusive.
literally covering the
It's
mouth.
coming, let's move on. It's coming towards the end of the year for sure. We're kind of hoping around September,
with
October time.
That's your album, Nicky.
I feel like between now and 9:30, Nicky is going to say a word out loud very loudly as a huge clue as to what this album's going to be
I
called.
really want to just say it. Well,
We will see what happens. I'll see if we can convince the chaps later. Kim in Surrey likes you. So happy to hear Westlife on Radio 2. I've been a huge fan forever since I saw them supporting Boyzone at Wembley Arena and have been to every tour. I can't wait to see the boys at the O2 in June. Also Layla in Essex saying what an amazing show. I've smiled from ear to ear all the way this morning, reminiscing of when I saw Westlife when I was 14 in Ipswich. Thank you for starting off my Friday in such a positive way. Loving John's music too. Wishing you all a lovely weekend. Nice listeners, eh?
That's lovely.
They're
Happy
such
Friday.
a lovely bunch. It is. It's been a really, really feel-good Friday, and I can't thank you enough for all giving us your time and your energy today to be on the show. John, for your 3 beautiful live tracks. So interesting. Yes, what are you doing? What you got your
We
hands
just
up
found out we
for?
went number 1 on iTunes with the new song. So
Because John downloaded it.
Yes!
It's
Pushed it over.
celebrations
What a way to
all
finish the show.
round. What a way to finish the show.
thank you, everybody.
And
That's amazing.
Westlife, we wish you all the love and luck with your unnamed album that Nicky is not going to
say it now?
say on the radio. Near fight starting. This is why we should be filming the documentary. And there's a fight breaking out. And also loads of love and luck for the tour.
Thank you very much, Fearne. Thanks for having us.
We hope that you have an amazing time. So Westlife.
Thank you.
Westlife's new single, Better Man, is out now. The 20 tour, which celebrates the 20th anniversary, begins in Belfast on the 22nd of May. And John Newman's latest single, Feelings, is out now. Thank you so much, guys.